right, we're off to Australia. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. 9 knots, we go down, surfing down these waves, doing like 10, 11, 12 knots. It's been a night.
This is my 104th overnight shift since we've had the boat.
So we just took a wave over the bow and it like soaked this whole area. Storm was over here less than 3 minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago.
Whoa! Oh my God!
It's 11 o'clock at night and we have a marina reservation, but we can't go in
until biosecurity clears us to go, gives them permission for us to dock. So we may be hovering the boat until the morning, or we may go throw out an anchor. What?
Heading out on our own with our hope in the clouds, and we're starting to see that we're onto something. Feel it coming, we'll keep running, nothing in our way. We got what it takes. Here we go, with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day, it's ours to take, and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
Australia.
Goodbye, Port Vila in Vanuatu. It's been great. And this right here is going to be our buddy boat for the trip, Adultery, on a Leopard 44. What's our expected weather conditions for this passage?
Our expected weather conditions are hopefully following seas, but we got about 1,300 miles to go to Cairns, and we hopefully will get there in about 8 to 9 days. Winds are going to be anywhere from 15 to 30 knots.
And what about the sea state?
Sea state, it's actually improved. We've got, it looks like they're going to be about 6 feet at about 6 seconds. So if it's 1 to 1, I'm okay with that. 2 days ago, it was upside down.
How's the furler doing?
Doing good. See how it's like just rocking and rolling back and forth? That's what it's supposed to do. It's not binding up or anything. It's just rolling good. So I think we're all right.
Good news.
Yes.
What's the update from the helm, Captain?
From the helm, we are doing about 6 knots. We've got 13 knots of wind at 120 degrees, and we are on course almost directly west. So the wind should clock a little bit more to the south tonight, and that'll push us a little bit more northwest. So hopefully maybe we'll get to Cairns a little quicker than we thought. We're going pretty good though.
So far today's been a pretty comfortable day.
It hasn't been bad. It's going to get worse before it gets better, but we'll see.
So far day one's been pretty good.
Yeah.
Still see our buddy boat there in the distance. It's so good to have a buddy boat on the horizon.
Ooh, man, what a difference a night makes at this point. Yesterday we had pretty much like 3-foot seas and it was easy going, and now we have between 17, 16 and up to like 25 mile-an-hour gusts, and we are moving hard. 9 knots. We go down, surfing down these waves, doing like 10, 11, 12 knots, and it's been a night. I am a little seasick again, which is weird. Like 3rd time. I guess this is just going to be a rough year for passages, and we just got to get used to it. It wasn't this rough last year at this time. It was champagne sailing pretty much all the way across the Pacific, and until we went down to New Zealand in the fall was just where we encountered rough stuff. So, but how rough it is and how high these seas are, I don't think squid can fly, but check that out. That is a squid on top of the deck, and our deck is a good 8-9 feet off the water line. So I don't know how he got there, but he did get there. I am not going back in the back of the boat right now because it's just a little too rough. But you can see
conditions deteriorated since 3 a.m. The heck?
yes, indeed. We got cloudy skies, and oh my god.
The waves picked up.
Big time. But we were doing like 10, 11 knots, surfing down waves. Right now I've got the jib in. We've got some activity around us. And it's currently raining, so.
Yikes. My shift was easy last night.
Yeah. You go to bed, you went to bed and like it did a reverse. You know how usually I go to bed and it gets bad for you? It got bad for me.
Oh, well. How are you feeling?
Talking to me?
Yeah?
Good.
You felt okay?
Yeah, for the most part.
And you did your shift until 10.
Mm-hmm.
You did good.
Thank you.
All right, good morning. We are in day 3. This is about as good as it gets right now, I think. We got partly cloudy skies and we got following seas. They're a little bit big, a little bit close together, but that's all right. We're getting through it. Last night, I wanted to show you exactly what happened to us last night. We were on a main and partial jib sailing at about 120 degrees. The problem was we were headed right towards this reef right here. And I don't want to hit a reef, so we dropped the jib because I wasn't going to drop the main in the middle of the night. And so we put the jib away, started the port engine, and just ran that for a few hours just to get a better direction away from the reef. And when the sun came up this morning, I was able to get the main dropped, and we got that done and put the Genoa out. Now we're just cruising along, 6.5, 7 knots, following seas. Beautiful day so far, and hopefully it's a beautiful day all day long.
This has been a good day. It's day 3. It's around, 2 o'clock. I came up at 9, let Rob go down and sleep, so he's gotten like 4 or 5 hours of good rest. But we've just got the jib flying. We took down the main. So basically it's kind of working as like our spinnaker. Yes, we should probably put up the parasail, but Rob was too tired to get it out. I'm not getting that out by myself, and Rob really needed to rest. So we are going 7 to 9 knots with 15 knots at 150 degrees behind us. So we've got following seas, so could not ask for a better, gentle day. This was supposed to be the worst day. Thank the Lord it's not. It's turned out to be like great. So we will take it. I had a migraine the first day, like late in the first day, but I was able to just take an oral Imitrex and that went away. So nobody's gotten sick. I think Davis has felt a little queasy, but he's been okay. But so far, so good. We've got less than 937 miles to go.
All right, we are about 52 hours from leaving Port Vila, and in those 52 hours, we have traveled 358 nautical miles. We've averaged about 6.8 knots, which is pretty good for this big girl. And it's been relatively good today. The waves are just starting to pick up. They're going to pick up tonight, and we're going to have 8 to 9 foot waves steady for the next about 24 hours, and then it's going to start dying down. We're going to totally lose the wind in about 24 hours, and for about 12 hours it's going to be just light and variable, but then it's going to come back. But the good thing is when it's light and variable, the waves are going to slack, so we'll have a little better time with the waves and a lot better time with the wind, and it's just been pushing us this whole time, so it's been pretty nice today. And oh my god, we got a boat on AIS. We haven't seen another boat since the day we left. Our buddy boat had an issue with a rudder, and they had to slow down for a little while, so we got about 30 miles ahead of them, and we haven't seen them on AIS or anything since, so this is the first vessel that we've seen on AIS since we've been out here. All right, look, a little bitty rain shower right up there. Right about there, and it looks like behind us, looks like another rain shower, maybe right back there, but otherwise today it's been just partly cloudy like that right there. We've got pretty good sun. We almost got 90% into our batteries, so we'll be good for the night, and it's just a beautiful day out here on the water.
These waves are monstrous.
They are pretty huge,
Pretty big, man.
but at least they're following seas.
I know.
How was your night?
The wind started clocking a little bit, and we needed to go north anyway, so I jibed the boat, and I mean, we're doing pretty good. I mean, we keeping our speed. I mean, the waves are pushing us along, that's for sure. We've got one reef in Genoa and nothing else up. We're doing 7 knots, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. We got a fish, saw that, and
Other than that, it's just boring. It's reading books, watching movies, sleeping.
and I do all my checks, so I'm checking on, checking on
Holy
the rudder.
cow! Did you see that wave?
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh my gracious.
So I'm checking on the rudders, I'm checking on, everything else, make sure everything's all right, keeping an eye on the leakage. We're good so far still. Yeah, it's just one of those things. We've got the mat back here, and well, we've got protection.
Well,
Let me tell you about our protection.
the dam of objects.
Yeah, so we put a bunch of objects there just in case if a following wave hits the back of the boat and comes on, it's less likely to come all the way into here. So that's my protection from that.
And the
then,
rug is because I was cooking dinner last night and I was finished and I turned around to plate the rice and I just turned around for a second and the pot completely fell off the stove and went on the floor.
It's all right. We cleaned it up. It's all good. All right, just a little bit of an update. We are within day 4. We've been at sea for about a little over 72 hours, and our average is 6.9 knots, which is wow. We've done over 500 miles since we left, so in 72 hours, that's not bad at all.
How does it feel to be out in the middle of the ocean?
Weird. I haven't done this in 6 months, other than the Vanuatu passage.
Yeah, but you just look around and see water. It's like,
I mean, it's kind of scary, but kind of weird.
and kind of refreshing.
I wouldn't say that. This cargo ship just appeared out of nowhere.
We just looked up and there's a cargo ship less than 2.5 miles in front of us. If you look like that, it looks like they're directly coming towards us. But they're going 18 knots and we're going 9, 10 maybe. That's pretty cool. I mean, it looks like they're coming directly towards us on AIS, but they're not. You can tell their bows pointed. That's the most excitement we've had all day. In this huge, big ocean. It's just crazy that you can come this close to a big cargo ship. Isn't that crazy?
Pretty close.
Holy crap.
And that's why you never.
You said this is their wake?
I guess that's why you never got close to a carrier or cargo ship.
So who had right away? If we're under sail and he's a big
Us.
cargo ship.
Because we can't really move around.
So why didn't we call him on the radio? Because we saw he was going to pass in front of us?
Yeah.
Was that correct, Captain? Morning.
Good morning.
The sea's flattened out.
Seas have flattened out a bit. Right now we are there's a switch around coming. So the wind is coming out of the northeast. And it's going to keep wrapping around again until we get back to our other, where we were before. And we're just making water right now. So I've got the boat slowed down so we can make some water. And then once water's done, hopefully the wind will have clocked around and we can keep moving again.
How many miles do we have left?
We have 758 more miles.
Did the wind finally clock around?
Yep, the wind clocked around, so I'm going to let out the sail a little bit here. We're almost at 90 degrees. It's going to go back to 150, 160. I'm going to put the sail partially out here to get some, to get a little bit of help with the engine because I want to get moving here.
We're still motoring, and now the waves are starting to get a little confused. They were nice and
Yeah, so they're coming from behind and from the side, so it's going to be fun.
I'm embarrassed to admit that today is the first day that we've had a shower in 5 days. I will tell you, it's really difficult on passage to take showers because especially when the seas are really, really rough and you're in the shower and you're being banged around, it's not the most pleasant experience. So we've been like wiping off every day, but at least we got a real shower today. Do you feel better, Davis? Do you feel better? Now we just got some games out and we're just playing games. Trying to make time pass by a little bit quicker. Does this passage seem long for some reason? Yeah, I don't know why.
Wow, what a difference an hour makes. About an hour ago, I told Shannon to go ahead and take a shower. It was calm out and it was just an easy time. And I said, take a shower, and I took a shower, Davis took a shower, we cleaned up, did dishes, and not 30 minutes later, like everything started flying around the boat.
Yes. Like now we've got huge waves on our beam. We've been able to turn the motor off. At least we're sailing now.
Yes. And we're sailing, we're doing, well, it says we're doing 9 knots, but I know we're not doing 9 knots. We're doing probably about 5 to 6 knots with just the jib out. We're on a beam reach and she is just rolling. I don't want to put the main out because at 15, 14 knots, even though the boat can take it when she rolls like that, what happens is the main pops back and forth and that can lead to a lot of problems. Okay. Dude, Jesus. What the? Jeez. Here, hang on. Sit down. And just like that, that's how it happens, folks, that fast. helping a little bit, babe? Alright. Shannon is down and Davis is over here just taking a beauty rest in the middle of the day. So last night we had a guest on board. He made a mess on my solar panel that we need power for, so I've got to clean it off this morning. Another day is upon us, but I got it cleaned up, so we're getting all solar power in. The sun is kind of peeking through the clouds a little bit, so we're going to get as much solar as we possibly can, and I am going to have some breakfast. Shannon made breakfast when we first left, and she took and refrigerated a whole bunch of pancakes for us. So I am having pancakes for breakfast today. Man, it got rough quick out here.
Just like yesterday.
Yeah, bouncing around. So there was a storm that looked like it was coming up on us. It started drizzling a little bit, so I put the head sail in. But we've got wind at like 15, 16 knots at the beam, so we're gonna try and put the mainsail up. But it's a little rough.
See, the crappy thing about if you take the mainsail down and you put it up is when you have to turn into the wind, you are thrown
Beating
all
into
to
it.
heck.
Yeah.
So we'll get that going. And we are 640 miles from Cannes.
Rob is reconsidering his life choices of sailing around the world at this point.
It's a very busy 2 a.m. here on Paradise Falls. We are dodging cargo ships. This is what we're looking like here. We've got 2 more that are over here that just passed. This is my 104th overnight shift since we've had the boat. So I've sat at this helm for 6 hours a night. So basically over 600 hours I've been at the helm, and these night shifts don't get any easier.
So I come up on shift and Shannon says, there's some cargo ships out here. And so I was like, okay. And I didn't realize how actually close they were. We are within 3 miles of this one ship. They're passing in front of us now. And then this ship back here, they're about 10 miles out. They're going to pass behind us. So, but I mean, just to be in this vast ocean with 3 ships within 25 miles of us is kind of crazy. All right, so you can see that we have very light winds, only about 10, 11, maybe 12 knots. We are at a broad reach, and so the mainsail now is kind of like, you can hear it, it's flopping back and forth, but I do not want to get out there in the middle of the night and wrestle the lazy jacks up and get the mainsail down. So I'm praying that the weather gives us a little bit more wind, so at least until Shannon gets up and it gets daylight, and then the wind's actually going to claw behind us a little bit more to about 120, 130 degrees, which is perfect. We'll drop the main, we'll go with a full Genoa out, and we'll do 5-6 knots just on that sail alone. The wind should be anywhere between 15 to 18 knots, so that'll be really good for us, especially with the sea state the way it is, and if the wind picks up again in that direction, we're going to have following seas again, which is going to be totally nice compared to what we had earlier in the day, where they were slamming our beam, the waves were coming over the boat. I don't know if anybody caught any of that on tape, because we were just, bracing all the time. Good morning. It is almost sunrise. You can see out there, right back there. Sunrise is almost here. We do have dawn though, and when dawn came, I did drop the main, so the main is down, and we are cooling the engine off right now, getting ready to shut it down. We've got the jib out, and we're doing about 5 knots, and the seas are getting rolly again. It was really calm a little while ago, and I was able to get up on deck and get everything buttoned up, thank goodness. But everything is buttoned away, and let the waves come. And they're about almost behind us now, like almost to the rear quarter over here. So it should get pretty comfy, even though with rolling swells, hopefully. So we just need to get the wind to fill in a little bit more, and we'll be good to go for today. Some people are just still sleeping. Thursday. It's a lazy day here on Paradise Falls. We are playing puzzles today.
And we're making most of the time because I downloaded like 10 books and like 4 of them are complete duds. I'm going low on my videos and I'm trying to save those for night shift.
But guess what? Hubby downloaded 2 for us to watch, so.
2 videos?
Yes.
Together? During night watch?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
I know y'all are not doing night watch together.
We have 4 more, how many more days? 4 days?
Something like that, yeah.
4 to 3 more days.
We're just trying to decide, because if we turn north, we can go straight to Thursday Island, and the weather will hold, right?
Kinda.
Or we can go 4 more days to Cairns, and have to spend like a week heading north. What are you having for dinner on day 6?
We're having ratatouille again. It's really good.
Ratatouille from a can. You just open, heat, add some sausage and rice, because we're trying to eat up all of our rice before Australia confiscates it. We're trying to eat all of our meat before Australia confiscates it.
And now I like sausage.
Because you tried it.
Yeah.
So Davis and I are having a little movie night in the salon. I'm sleeping right here while Davis is on shift, and then I'll go on shift. Rob's downstairs sleeping.
Yep.
So Davis, tell me what's been going on. How much wind do we have?
13 knots, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boats. Jeez.
Mama's here is back up because we have never seen this many cargo ships on a passage ever. Busy on the way to Australia.
Busy, busy, busy.
All right, we've still got a busy night. It's almost 10 o'clock. Davis is getting ready to come off shift. What have you been watching?
This cargo ship that has been coming within 2 nautical miles of us.
They're almost a mile from us now, but our GPS just went out again, so we don't, whenever I push on to call them, we can't read their name to hail them, but it looks like they're going to be far enough in front of us. But let me turn this light off. And if you can see how close that cargo ship is going to be to us. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you on shift today?
Yeah.
You sent Dad back to bed?
Yep.
So what's our update for day 7?
We are about 300 miles out, 100 miles from our waypoint, and we have 2 ships in front of us that are 10 nautical miles out, 13 knots of wind on 120, and 5 to 6 knots.
Yep, and another beautiful day full of sun. Thank you, Lord.
So we're now at 300 miles, so about 3 more days till we get to Australia, so we can see our friends again. So nice.
All right, we're almost 300 miles to go to Con.
We don't know what to say because it's a weird name. It can be Cairns, Canes, Carns, whatever.
We have about 100 miles to go before we make our turn around this reef that we're passing. And once we hit that, probably sometime in the morning, we'll go ahead and make the turn, and then we'll have about 200 miles to go. Yes, holy poop, Batman. We had a bird on the sail bag, and he pooped on the sail and pooped all over here. And there was another bird on the other side that did some damage too. So we just took a wave over the bow, and it like soaked this whole area.
Poopy day. So why do we take the sails in and the motor?
Because it was like blowing almost 30 knots.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So that storm was over here less than 3 minutes ago, like 5 minutes ago.
So it's moving fast.
It's moving fast. So.
Hopefully it'll clear this weather out. We may get some sunlight.
Yeah, no sun for the next 2 days.
It is almost
midnight, and this is why you have someone on watch, because we have this boat that was coming straight towards us, kind of on a collision course, and Rob hailed him on the radio, told him we were a sailing vessel under sail, and he changed, so we're now going to cross port to port. But had Rob not called him.
And we also changed 10 degrees too, just to give a little bit bigger of a path, because he was going to cross like pretty close to us, so I gave it a little bit more.
So why are you still running the engine?
I'm running the engine so in case when his wake hits us that it's going to be really rough, and I don't want to push water up into the exhaust and get waterlogged. So I'm just going to run the engine for a few minutes until they pass. Once they pass, we'll be good to go and turn it back off.
All right, good morning. It is Sunday. This is going to be our last full day on the ocean. We are approaching the reef. We got about 140 miles to go to Cannes, and then 30 miles of that is actually inside of the reef. So hopefully we get a little bit better weather. It doesn't look like it though. The wind's going to actually change to not be in our favor later on, and yeah. We'll see what happens, but it's going to be a long slog today because of the weather.
Oh, Dad's doing a rescue mission. Up. Saved. That thing has chafed through more lines on that front trampoline. It's going to be a rough couple of hours.
Whoa! Oh my God!
What's the update from the helm, Captain?
Holy crap. So we've got about 28, 29, 30 knots of headwind just about. And then we're motoring because we're going through the reef, and it's at not an angle we can sail, and we're doing 3 knots with both engines on.
Just beating into these waves.
Yeah, we got 16 miles to go before we make a turn. It's gonna we can put the jib out and sail again, but it's not gonna be probably until almost 8, 9 o'clock, 9, 10 o'clock. We'll see.
How was your dinner?
Oh, my dinner was great, thanks, baby, and I had my last Coke of the trip. So it's gonna be fun to do this in the dark though. We've got 4 more hours of this beating in before we get to make the turn to where the wind is gonna be a little bit more behind us. And we can put the sail up or just kind of like mosey on into the anchorage there.
And we just filled our front cockpit up completely with a wave that went over the back of the boat.
Crazy, man.
Didn't get that one on film though.
It's nuts. It's crazy out here. All right.
Calm down.
A little bit, yeah. So we've come through the reef here. You can see all these little spots. That's reef right there. We've come through it. We're up here, and we're getting ready to take the dog leg over to the right here to go to Cannes. So
we should arrive at like 1 a.m.
Sometime. I don't know. Depends. We're doing 3 knots, so, and I got both engines running. Usually when we got both engines running, we're doing like 6 knots.
Okay, but we're going 1,800 RPMs. Do we have like a current against us?
I guess. It doesn't really say. It doesn't really show it, but maybe.
But at least the seas have calmed down for now.
A little bit. Hey guys, land ho! I know it's the middle of the night, but
My graciousness.
I don't know if you can see the lights over the hill there. That's the city. So we have reached land.
We made it to Australia! Country number
12.
12! It is so good to see land and lights, and Rob safely navigated us through the Great Barrier Reef.
In the dark.
In the dark with
First time.
pretty big waves and 20 to 30 knot winds.
And seas coming over the bow and filling up the front cockpit there.
But it's 11 o'clock at night, and we have a marina reservation, but we can't go in.
Until biosecurity clears us to go, gives them permission for us to dock. So we may be hovering the boat until the morning, or we may go throw out an anchor o'clock.
Are we coming near another boat?
That was interesting because the AIS just sent an alarm out saying stay in the 2-lane traffic area if you can do so safely, which I have never seen that before. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
It's just, but
And then they get to come on board tomorrow after all that crashing and things
Frank,
going everywhere.
I will
so.
say it again. It is the crappiest thing to have like a 10-day rough passage and have you pull up to a dock and biosecurity and customs comes right on board. Like you got crap strewn everywhere.
No
Because
time to really get things clean and picked up or anything. They're just on the boat and they're like, all right,
digging
show
through
us
your underwear
stuff.
drawer and, you know, just another day in boat life.
It is.
What time is it, honey?
It is 3 o'clock and we are pulling into the anchorage.
Hopefully gonna get an anchor down in the next 15 minutes.
And get to sleep for 4 hours.
Welcome to Australia.